He used to just straight up used to play Ness. Yeah, remember that?
I remember the first time I ever casted one of us set was during the online platinum items bracket.
That is exactly what I had in mind. So he's pretty solid, honestly. I know he kind of gets a little bit gate-kept sometimes by some of the regulars at Platinum Star, but as you can see, in this kind of setting, like he's formidable. You know, like he definitely knows the game really well, and he's got a couple characters. I mean, like I was saying, he used to play Ness, but primarily plays Steve now, and I guess we'll get to see what the Steve is all about.
Yeah, like on theory, in paper, this matchup is probably terrible, but in practice, I definitely don't think DK, wins. I think he probably still loses, but at the same time, the character is so heavy, and having that survivability against a character like Steve is pretty good in the fact that, you'll just have more opportunities to play neutral against him, because Steve is the kind of character who wins off of 1, maybe 2 neutral interactions, you know what I mean? And when you have literally more of those to go about, potentially, it'll be better. Or you might just get, comboed into oblivion, and you're just going to die. We'll see.
Yeah, it's, it's hard to know with Noodle and DK because, he literally just 3-0'd Wise right before this.
Right.
That Pac-Man we were just watching. So even in something like that could have otherwise been like a zoner set, I just feel like the way Noodle plays is he's very aggressive, very fearless, and I think that's what you need if you're going to win against a Steve, You got to be able to get in there and just not be worried about all the things.
That is very true. It's very true. You don't want to be worried about that kind of stuff. Grabs him right off of the anvil, gets the double back air. Oh, going for broke with the punch right there. Holy moly.
We haven't seen Noodle really connect one of those full swings yet, but I have a feeling we might see it this set. I feel like he's been close a few times. Big damage here off the top. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that too.
The window of that is so much tighter than it used to be on top of that. You know what I mean? That's not the it looks easy. It's not the easiest setup.
It's not at all, actually.
Yeah.
So it's very impressive seeing Noodle. That was smart.
That was fear. That was actually pure fear on the part of Noodle right there because he didn't have to hold shield right there. He probably could have just jumped above him right there. Maybe he was scared of getting caught by up smash, but Noodle didn't want to commit right there.
Landed and went nowhere, yeah.
31%.
I mean, yeah, 31. Definitely take that. Got rid of the dirt or the block on the stage. But you see it though, Uz closing in pretty quick. They're having a lot of trades, and I feel like Uz taking damage. But at this point, this is an even game.
For sure.
Although you never know. Yeah, never mind. Forget all about that.
Wow.
Well,
just a tank.
There he goes. There's our guy. Noodle taking game 1. That was crazy.
Tanking through, my friend. This is what I'm talking about. You just have extra opportunities to play the neutral against a character like this. You have more opportunities to win.
He didn't have rage or anything. I think he's at 0%.
Yeah, especially if your punish game is, this practice.
That's crazy.
On top of that. All right, what's the music choice on Town and City?
Well, they're thinking about it.
All
right,
the millions of songs that we heard a million times that are etched into our brains that we could probably transcribe onto paper at this point because of how many years that we've been listening to those tracks. Honest to God, man, I feel bad for Smash 64 players.
Yeah,
because all they used to hear was Dreamland.
Even Melee, I feel like, is tough. I know there's stages, but I don't know. I've had to hear the Yoshi song all the time. Although I bet you they said that about Animal Crossing a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, they probably say the exact same thing.
All
right, well.
It's just ingrained at this point. The wood damage out here, right here, 80% up already. Town and City is the pick. I kind of understand it. It's going to give Steve a lot more room to be able to harbor his materials. Those materials, I believe the stage itself is more wooden, so it's going to take him a little bit longer to get gold and diamond on a stage like this because he's going to mine up more wood instead. I do believe that's how it works.
I'm not sure. You got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
But in any case, it does look like is having a much better time this game than he did in game 1, that's for sure.
It definitely does, for sure, man. I mean, it just has that extra range to be able to deal with it, that extra space on the wayside. But it's not going to matter if you're going to be getting killed off the top like that. You already know.
Yeah, Noodle closes in. He takes stocks really quick, so that's the one thing you got to be prepared for when you play him. And that's the one big perk of playing Donkey Kong is you can kind of eviscerate someone if you catch them doing the wrong stuff or even doing the right stuff, you know?
Character's freaking thick, dude. I mean, you catch him doing the wrong stuff, that's going to be a spell-binding punish. I mean, Steve already gets that 0 to 50 damage like on pretty much every character in the cast regardless. DK, theory, he could expand that, but the only things Uz expanding right now are his self-destructs, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was kind of, he put his head down after that one. Definitely a mistake, but gets it back. I mean, all things considered, despite the flop, coming out okay.
Yeah. He's got gold on deck now, but is not having any opportunities to get it right now. Crafting table is not where he needs it to be, and he's not giving him any opportunities to come get it. That's really good play on the part of Noodle right there, by the way. He's recognizing the win condition of all right there, knowing he's mining to get that diamond right there. We just heard the ding for him to be able to get it.
Got him.
Making sure he never has the opportunity to get to the crafting table in the first place.
I thought that was
scared.
Game, yeah. All right, well,
there we go,
us staying alive, that was narrowly so. I feel like that was probably pretty close, even though we couldn't see it because of the blast zone. But, oh, he's fine.
Yeah, winds up reversing it that time.
Oh,
okay.
man.
That was actually smart.
Yeah, it's hard to really, like, trick Steve off stage just because he has so many, like, ways to kind of come back between minecart and just the up B and everything else, the blocks. But just like that, Noodle up 2-0. Going quick.
The positioning, my friend, making pretty quick work of all right now. Definitely got to dig deep to see how I was going to be able to bring this back. You know, it's funny. I loving the way that Noodle is playing around his win condition. Actually, I forgot his tag for a second while I was saying it.
You were saying it.
Incredible.
This song.
Yeah, just took a lot. Yeah, me too. You see what I'm saying now, right?
Yep.
Like, you could literally, neither of us are musicians. We could transcribe that on paper, probably. That's how much we've heard it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, Saturday night too. So you got the man out himself playing on the tree stump.
Yeah. To quote the not late but great Koopa, I wonder if KK Slider is sick of all these fights breaking out at his concerts. I would be if I was him.
I mean, I don't know. It's probably pretty boring here in town and city, so he might actually welcome it. You never know, dude.
Yeah, it's just like nothing interesting ever happens here.
Got nothing else going on.
We all live like under like the tyrannical reign of taxes of this friggin' Tom Nook, ass. It's the worst. The occasional fight right here, some good old-fashioned TikTok moments. I'm down for it at this stage.
Well, a little bit of boxing going on, or at the very least, Noodle really just trying to land a lot of hits, playing really aggressive, and I was mostly just hitting the simple buttons and taking the extra damage as he gets it. So I don't know if he's figured something out, or I don't know, maybe just capitalizing a little better when he does get a hit. Gets those ripped pretty quick.
Yeah. Letting them rip like a Beyblade. Didn't send him that far. It was just the initial dinky hit of the up B and Steve right there. All right, trying to go for the reversal again. I got to say, Noodle is doing a great job of not falling for that. He got hit by that once, definitely not going for it again.
Yeah, this was looking pretty good for, at the very least, keep himself alive in bracket, because this otherwise was potentially last game for him. But, okay, big damage there. Already got Noodle at 65, and not quite killing yet, but full 2-stock lead.
I love the setup he was going for right there. The block underneath right there, trying to catch Noodle's jump, trying to catch him bonking his head underneath and scaring him into double jumping back onto the stage for the forward smash. Didn't wind up needing that setup in the long run, though. That's a 3-stock, baby. Man. Oh, I want to talk about adaptation for a minute, Chris.
Yeah, looking pretty good. That's what I was saying. I was like, I guess he figured something out, or I don't know what happened there, but that was like a totally different game than when we got to see games 1 and 2. So see if he, runs it back the same way, or Noodle just ends up finessing again, because, I mean, Noodle's just looking so strong to start.
Yeah, no, he was for sure, but that's a 3-stock, and that's definitely a reversal of sorts right there, a reversal of fortune. I want to.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't feel good. Even on Noodle's end, you could still be up a couple games, but like that's like a really big momentum shifter, even just like mentally.
Yeah, and this is game 4. This is where, like, people become champions, you know what I mean? This is where, like, you have to, like, adapt to your opponent's adaptation against you while trying to get back to that comfortable space that you were at, like, in the first 2 games, you know what I mean? You want to get back to the place where you can play your game, but you got to take a different road to get there, like I mentioned with Mateo earlier, you know what I mean? You got to be a little more creative, and if you can't, this is where, Game 5 resets happen, when you just start to mash and you want to try to force your way to play your game instead of doing what you got to do to get back to that place.
Yeah, O's keeping himself clean right now. Like,
it's not a matter of like full adaptation, like it's a matter of just, you know, getting back to the place that you want to be in and finding out how you have to get there, you know what I mean? And so far it's not working out for Noodl with whatever he's doing, my friend, but we finally got that grab on deck. Going to be a clean 51%. Not before he dies, though.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it looks like the whole pace of the way these games are going really changed. I feel like they were pretty fast-paced, and there was a lot of Noodle just getting on top of and doing stuff like that. And then it feels like these last couple games have really been more paced by and Steve.
That was so unfortunate for right there because that down tilt tripped him.
Well, that's how it goes. I mean, and that's like a guaranteed grab if they trip on the down tilt.
Exactly. So. Like, if he didn't trip right there, he probably wouldn't have even been able to get the grab.
Okay.
Oh, he went for a nair to try to make the string a little bit bigger. Back air would have been the simple bread and butter right there, but that combo would have eventually ended. If he got a neutral air, he probably could have gotten a different position off of it, but he got a little greedy and wound up not getting the nair at all, since that is a smaller hitbox. Or a more awkward hitbox, I should say, not necessarily smaller.
Uh-oh, big damage here. 0 to 60 just like that. Looking like a Ferrari.
I like that.
I don't think, I mean, you seldom see characters put on damage that quickly. Like, it happens so fast.
Seldom indeed, my bro.
Oh, yep, see ya. All right, so there we go. That's a stock. Not over yet for Noodle in terms of being able to end this set. Alternatively, looking to stay alive once again, brings us to Game 5. Got a little bit of work. Well, not that much work. Really just has to find the last hit, but honestly, that might be some work at this point.
This is where it's hard for DK, man. Oz doing a great job at just making himself very, very difficult to approach, much like that very pretty person that you see across the bar. And right now, only 14%. Oh, he's not going to be able to mash out. The percentage was way too high.
All right, so there we go. Bringing it now to Game 5. After what started to look like it would have been maybe a 3-0. I don't know if we're going to see the reverse 30 or if this is going to end with PBJ, with Noodle getting the last word.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Game number 5. Here we go. It's like, man, I got to say, you know, that last stock, I mean, I feel like that was max rage Donkey Kong. He definitely could have done something if he got another grab or two right at the end right there. But unfortunately, the neutral was just classic Steve neutral at that point. Made it hard for a big body like DK to approach. It's getting in. That's what's hard.
Yeah, because I feel like once Noodle gets in and he kind of has his guaranteed whatever he does that he somehow gets guaranteed with DK, like he's chilling. But it is really hard to get that initial way in, you know? Like right now he's got 37% solid on, but it's really easy for Steve to kind of slink away.
Yeah, and I love the old stuff, like the 2019 stuff that Noodle does as well. When he gets a grab at that lower percent, he doesn't just go for a follow-up. He wave lands on the platform to try to get a different conversion off of it and see if he can get a re-grab.
Yeah, he mixes it up, and I think you kind of have to when you're playing a character like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, as good as that back air is taking the stock. I was gonna say as good as DK's neutral air is. Do that too much, it's too linear of an option.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's like the options for DK are very linear. So yeah, that is such a that's like one of the best things DK has. Like if you're over 100, there's a good chance you could probably just die.
That used to make me drop my controller.
You gotta mash, dude. You could definitely mash out of those even over 100.
It's hard when you're over 100 though, man. That's literally the threshold for when it becomes really borderline impossible, and you have to Mario Party 1 glove mini game your way. Like the bicycle mini game that destroyed your palm.
If you're a masher, though, if you're a good masher, you can get out of it. But
like Ludwig could get out of that, for sure.
All right, so kind of a gut check moment for Noodle.
Oh, I love the patience right there from Noodle.
And
so many lower level players would have just grabbed. They would have just grabbed right there, because, oh, I'm shielding, and he messed up an option. I can grab him, not recognizing the drift away from right there. He saw that, waited for to commit to something else, and parried it, and wound up getting a kill off of it. That split-second moment of patience was so good on the part of Noodle, man. I love it.
All right, there we go. So right back to an even game here. Last stock, Game 5. We've been seeing
Ding dong.
Noodle get lots of early stocks, so we got to see another one. I cannot believe that. He's gone. I don't think he could believe it either.
he jumped up out of his seat as if he won that game.
Well, he was very close to reverse 3-0. I mean, he even had like a lead for a while. Yeah, I'll inch in here. Even had a lead for a while. And then there it goes, just like that, you know? Yeah, man. DK,
that was.
this is what makes DK a cool character. It's because like he
vintage.
could sort of, yeah, he kind of has those like he has that ability to basically like close a game like when it looks like he should be losing, or when he is losing like badly. You know what I mean? Like he just, it's crazy to see
It just
ding dong
happens.
like this. You know what I mean? Because not only do you just not see that many Donkey Kongs or all that jazz.